Totally forgot. Look at that. Surprise. Yes. Pressed the wrong button and managed to enter the stream very late. Let's start again. Welcome to the Arsenal Show. We are live. And it is the post-match reaction of Arsenal's 1-0 victory against PSV. They got the points. They got the win. That's all they need. The momentum carries on. Arsenal are in form and just taking no prisoners. I'm joined by Jerome Marks. How you doing, Jerome?
Yeah, all good. Fine, thanks.
Happy about the win? Happy just to get those 3 points on the board? Or was there a little bit of disappointment in the performance?
You know what? Apart from the first maybe few minutes, I thought they played really well, Arsenal. Considering, again, we made quite a few changes, I thought the performance was probably our best Europa League performance so far, to be honest with you. It didn't look as if the goal was coming, to be fair. The longer the game went on. But that man, Xhaka, right place at the right time again. And, brilliant result. They looked a bit dangerous on the counter attack at times, PSV, but to be honest, we were in total control of that game, and very happy with the 3 points.
All right, that's good. That's good. How you doing, Steve?
Yeah, all right, mate. Technical difficulties.
All right. What was your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I missed what Jerome said, so it was good. It was okay. It was a lot better than what I thought was the Leeds performance. I thought it took us a little bit of time to get going, get our passing game going. First half, I thought we could have done better. Some good moments in pass, much more better in the second half. Some really good standout performances. Very disappointed in PSV. I thought they'd be better than that. I didn't really think at any time during the game that they was going to score or cause us any problems. If I've got anything sort of like negative to say about us, I just think we could have gone on and scored more goals. I think they were there for the taking. But I think we was unlucky at points. The ball wasn't bouncing for us at times. Jesus, a few times he could have scored. He could have come away with a few. But overall, mate, very pleased.
All right. Let's get to the player ratings then. Start with you, Jerome. Matty Turner.
Yeah, I think he continued where he left off from the last European game. I think it was maybe he didn't have many. He made a very good save low down to his right from that Xavi Simons. But he didn't have too much to do. But what he done well. And there was one dodgy moment near the end when Gabriel sort of tried to give him a back pass, and I think there was a bit of miscommunication. But overall, very, very solid. Turner, I'll give him a 7.
All right. Jerome, 7. Steve Turner.
Yeah, I probably agree. Echo what Jerome said there. I didn't think he had much to do, especially throughout the first half, most of the game. When called upon, he did his job. I think up to that save, he was sort of. We didn't need him to be called on, but then as I say, Jerome just said there, he pulled off that very good save, and like he said, he sort of continues where he's left off, and I'm really pleased with him because I'm getting a lot more confident in him now, and he's becoming a good second choice goalkeeper. You don't mind bringing in any time if Ramsdale's injured. So yeah, I agree with Jerome. I'll give him a 7.
All right. Before we go, and if you are watching on Twitter, come over to KS1 TV on YouTube. Hit that link that's in the on the Transfer Exchange show page and on the Arsenal show page. Come and join us live inside in the chat as well. All right. Okay. Up next we have Gabriel.
Yeah. To be honest with you, you could mark him and Holding together because they kept their centre forward very, very quiet. He was excellent, Gabriel. Like, he was playing well out from the back, solid. No rush of blood to the head today, and Yeah, he was fine. Didn't have too much. Most of his game, to be honest, was just starting the build up, starting the moves rather than actually defending.
Yeah.
I would give him a 7.
All right, 7 for Gabriel. Steve?
Yeah, very, very solid today. Didn't have a lot to do because I thought they was poor. I didn't think they caused us much problems up front. I didn't really think our defence had much to do throughout the game. There wasn't many times when we had to make a last ditch tackle or a block. I probably can remember about 2 chances that they had. So Gabriel did what he did. So I'll give him 7.
All right, 7 for Gabriel. Rob Holding, Jerome.
Holding, yeah, look decent today. Holding. There was a time in the second half when he played a long sweeping ball out to the left and it went out for a throw. Then he did basically the exact same pass and it landed on like Nketiah's feet, I think, and he cut inside and had that shot. But yeah, he maybe his sort of best performance as well of the season. Holding. I'd match Gabriel's score, probably of a 7.
7 for Holding as well. Steve, Rob Holding.
Yeah, I thought he was absolutely brilliant tonight, and he's been brilliant all season. To be fair to the lad, great person to have in the dressing room as well. But just getting back to the game, yeah, just bags and bags of confidence. Obviously, when your team's playing well, the confidence sort of seeps through to the players. But yeah, I mean, he's improving, season by season. This season, he's been absolutely brilliant. And keep going, Rob. Keep going, Rob, because aim for that place to start in the Premiership. Because you keep going like this, mate, you could get your chance. And yeah, so I'll give Rob. I'll give him a 7 tonight. Well done, excellent.
All right.
It was nice to see a
7 for Rob Holding.
What's that?
Kieran Tierney, Jerome.
Had one brilliant run in the first half when he roasted the right back, got down the line. Other than that, played it quite safe. I think Tierney wasn't really up against much until they brought on the winger in the second half, and he looked a bit handy, like he normally does. Tired as we got towards the end of the game, but he was good. He played well. I'll give the whole back four probably have a 7, so I'll give him a 7. Tierney.
All right, Steve, Kieran Tierney.
Yeah, I thought when he started the game, I think he looked up for it. He was getting down that line well, taking the right back, getting crosses into the box. He certainly can improve those crosses, but you certainly got to give him 10 out of 10 for effort. He was doing it a lot, especially in the first 35 minutes. Decent defensive performance. I think he's got to practice those crosses more. Because he does everything else right, getting forward, and what I'm seeing with Kieran Tierney is that he gets the ball, he gets down the line, he uses his pace, he uses his strength, uses his ability, his skills to either like cut inside a player or use his pace to get down the line to get his cross in. But then the cross just lets him down at that last bit. If he can get that right, be one hell of a player. But I'll agree with Jerome again. I'll give him a 7.
All right. 7 for Kieran Tierney. Tomiyasu.
Yeah. So he was up against probably their most well-known threatening player, and maybe not Gakpo's fault, but he just didn't see any of the ball. So he had not quite an easy night, but just he was up against. He didn't have much defending to do. Again, Tomiyasu. Can't remember Gakpo causing any problems at all. Like if you watched Gakpo tonight, you wouldn't say this is a player that Arsenal need to sign. I don't think that was his fault. I just think he just wasn't involved enough. They didn't have enough of the ball, PSV. But yeah, he was very, very good again, Tomiyasu. I'll give him a 7.
7. Steve Tomiyasu.
I thought Tomiyasu did a Salah on Gakpo tonight. He followed him everywhere. Everywhere he went, there was Tomiyasu, and that's why I believe he wasn't in the game. Now and again, the ball was played into Gakpo, but what he was doing, he was just laying it back towards the midfield players, and then PSV were going again, and they weren't going nowhere. And to me, that's you got to give Tomiyasu credit for doing that. He wasn't allowing him to turn. I know sometimes these things don't notice in a game because they're generally nothing special or flash, and they don't stand out. But to me tonight, he did that. It was like with Mo Salah against Liverpool, you couldn't really say Mo Salah had a bad game, right? He just didn't, when he got the ball, he couldn't do nothing with it. He just had to lay it off. He couldn't run. And that was similar to Gakpo tonight. So I thought he did well, that part of his game, excellent. So, yeah, give us 7.
All right, 7 for Tomiyasu. Sambi Lokonga.
Congo. God. Steve, do you want to go first?
To be fair to Sammy Lokonga, nothing really Sammy Lokonga's ever going to do is going to, again, like I said about Tomiyasu and his performance, so it's not going to stand out very well. But he did his, defensive midfield job, pretty decent. He certainly is no Thomas Partey. You can see when Thomas Partey come along, how sort of more on the front foot he was. How quickly the ball was played when Thomas Partey got the ball. Lokonga seemed to dwell on it that little bit less than Thomas Partey, which is no disgrace because Thomas Partey is a world-class player in his day. But I thought he was quiet. He didn't really offer much, but at the same time, he did his job. And he kept Simmons pretty quiet, to be honest with you. I mean, he had a couple of good moments, Simmons, but so I'll give him a 6 tonight. The Conga, he didn't have a bad game.
Jerome,
yeah, he was tidy. He kept the play ticking over well. Maybe a couple of wayward passes here and there, but He was all right. He was fine. I'll because I've given everyone a 7 so far. I'll give him a 6.
I thought you were going to give him a 7 then.
Granit Xhaka, Jerome.
Yeah, match winner. Took his goal very well. Like with your weaker foot, that's a great finish. Because let's be honest, our finishing tonight wasn't great, was it? Whether it was Jesus or Nketiah, we weren't really striking the ball cleanly, or Saka. But yeah, great finish by Xhaka, and played like his normal game. Really, I think this game he seemed to be coming a lot more sort of central to collect the ball, rather than the way he's been playing like a little bit further up the pitch on the left. But yeah, very good. Match winner, so we'll give him an 8.
All right, Xhaka with the 8. Steve, Xhaka?
Yeah, I agree with most of the things that Jerome just said then. I'll certainly give him an 8. I thought he was very, very good tonight. He's always looking to play the ball forward now. And 9 times out of 10, he finds the right pass, the right ball. He's the leader on the pitch. He was the captain tonight. He scored an absolutely fantastic goal. First time. Beautiful technique. I love that little. I mean, I just couldn't believe. I mean, I've always, I'm a big fan of Granit Xhaka since he's been at the club. But I'm seeing things. That little flick he did, that little flick he did through to Jesus, was it that played him through, or was it in Nketiah? I can't remember. But my word, I mean that was something like you see Messi do, and we're seeing Granit Xhaka do it. I mean, it was incredible, absolutely incredible. So. Yeah, probably man in the match for me. So I agree with Jerome. I'll give him an 8.
All right, Xhaka with the 8. Fabio Vieira.
I thought he started off a bit quiet. I don't think he probably touched the ball in the first 10 minutes, but I think there was signs that he's not when he's on it, but when he fancies it, I think he's a bloody brilliant player. Like he played one ball to in the first half. It might have been Jesus when he swung and missed. I don't know if you remember that.
I do. Yeah,
like, people would call that like an Ozil pass. Not many players can sort of pull that off.
You didn't see that coming, did you?
Nah, yeah, exactly. So I think he's showing signs every game of his quality, and I think that the more he plays, I think he'll get better and better. I thought he was good tonight. I thought as the game went on, he improved. I'll give him a 7.
All right. Yeah, with a 7. If you are watching on any of the platforms, join us in the chat. Give us your scores on the player ratings and how you thought Arsenal played. Give us your opinion. We'll read that out tonight. 7 for Vieira from Jerome. Steve, what are you giving Vieira?
Yeah, very similar. Very, very similar. Started off slow. Took him a while to get into the game, but then he started picking up the ball more. He wasn't picking up the ball in the right areas at the beginning of the game. I think he was playing a bit too deep, and then he started to move further up the pitch, and that's where he's at his best. And that's where we see a couple of good things. He took a shot that was very close, wasn't far from going in. That was very clever. He tried bending it round the wall. Again, the ball through to Jesus was incredible. It was Ozil-esque, and Jesus probably should have scored. Really, I think he just air kicked it. But I think it's just one of them nights for Jesus. But yeah, he did well. I thought a little bit quieter as the went on, but after that, but yeah, 7. I give him a 7. He did well again.
7 for Vieira from Steve. This is another win. Sorry, guys, we're still in the box. Supping to Watcher. Yeah, don't worry, Johnny. I see you soon. I hope you're all well. We are good. Arsenal winning, mate. That's all that's important. Eddie Nketiah.
Yeah. So he was played out of position, really, wasn't he? Because he was played on the left. He had a few chances tonight, Nketiah. Looked dangerous, looked a threat, nice and direct. Just didn't have his shooting boots on tonight, unfortunately. So, I know you have to be selfish when you're a striker, but sometimes I think that there might be an easier pass on when he's in like shooting opportunity, and he does seem to want to shoot himself, which I guess you expect. But I think if he can just add that to his game, I think he'll help set up a few more goals as well.
Yeah, I think that's him, innit? He's that goal scorer striker. So his first thought is shoot.
Yeah. Also, the fact that he's obviously not first choice, and he wants to sort of. I think he constantly wants to prove himself in Nketiah. I get that feeling when I watch him, which is good. Because it means that his effort is always going to be there. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he was a threat. He was played out position. I'll give him a 7.
All right, 7 for Nketiah. Eddie Nketiah, Steve.
Yeah, I thought because he was played out of position, I thought he had a really good game. I thought we saw an Eddie Nketiah type game. He was buzzing about. There was times when he caused problems. I like it when Eddie plays now, because when he gets the ball now, I think something's going to happen. I'm expecting something to happen from him. Where a season or two ago, I wasn't really thinking that, but I thought he played well tonight. I thought we got better in the second half as well. I thought he picked up his game. So even though he had a quiet first half, he didn't let that get to him. Second half, he started picking up his game, and I thought he was causing problems a lot more. And a couple of shots he was unlucky with. So yeah, I'll give him 7.
All right, 7 for Nketiah. Now. Steve needs to have a word with Jerome about this situation here. Gabriel Jesus, do we remember what happened on Tuesday? Steve, you was adamant that Gabriel Jesus would not be playing.
No.
In fact, some would say ridiculing Jerome for his call for Gabriel Jesus to start. And what happened, Jerome?
Well, he was on the team sheet, wasn't he? He was in the first 11. I just fancied it. I didn't think he would play with Nketiah, but I just thought that because I think he was going to take this game very seriously. And
I want to get the points done, get it over the line.
Yeah, that's why I thought he'd play him. And again, you know what? Again, he had quite a few chances tonight. Just the final finish, he either didn't connect with it properly, didn't get enough power, but his overall game was excellent. That was the sort of Jesus that's we've seen for most of the season, turning defenders, holding it up. He was excellent apart from the finishing. But yeah, really good threat. I'd go for an 8 for Jesus tonight.
Okay, 8 for Gabriel Jesus. Steve, Gabriel Jesus.
Yeah, he was obviously he was very quiet against Leeds, sort of non-existent. But tonight he was back to the Gabriel Jesus that we've seen through the season. Quick feet, buzzing around, causing problems. You know, could have scored on maybe 2 or 3 occasions. Yeah, I mean he was excellent. Yeah, I mean I didn't think he would play him. Again, the same like what Jerome says. I just didn't think he'd play both, considering we got a game 2 days time. So yeah, but it's all good, and I understand the point of the fact that we needed to get this one done. So yeah, I can understand the inclusion of Jesus tonight. I hold my hands up there. But yeah, I'll give him an 8.
All right, Gabriel Jesus with an 8. I think just watching Gabriel Jesus, he's snatching at a lot of the chances. He might be trying a little bit too hard. He's got all his all-round game. It won't be long. He'll have one of them seasons. It might be not this season. It might not be next, but he's going to have one of them seasons where everything he touches just is a goal. And yeah, that'll probably be the season we'll win the league again. Bukayo Saka.
Yeah, coming off of obviously a few goals, I thought he was excellent tonight. I thought the way he was holding the ball up and turning their left back, he was just going past them every time, like just making it look very easy. Yeah, constant, always involved, always like an outlet for us. Linked well with Tomiyasu. Ben White is great, but Tomiyasu and Saka, it doesn't really matter Tomiyasu or Ben White. They've both built up good relationships with Saka, but I think Tomiyasu knows to give Saka the ball and to not sort of get in his way. He sort of always make sure that Saka's got a bit of space. I thought it was brilliant, Saka. I'll give him an 8 as well.
It was interesting to hear Martin Keown make a point that Saka's bulked up and that he's brushing past players, which is what I was saying the other day. I feel like he seems more powerful. Because he is just like, he's not just going past players, like go around them. He's just going through them at some points. He's just
yeah, it's like he's not really putting much effort in. He's just getting the ball, moving past them, and he's away.
He's ghosting past people. Yeah. No, he is. I agree. What did you give him?
Yeah, 8. up there with Jesus and Xhaka for me for the 8s.
All right, Steve, Bukayo Saka.
Yeah, I agree with Jerome. I give him an 8. I thought he was a constant threat all night long. He's getting better and better. He just causes problems all the time down there. I made a point of having a look at his build and hair, and how he's sort of muscled up a bit. And you're right, Kears, he is, because I'd make it look like when he was running at players and he was bouncing off a few at a time, and before he was like he may have been kicked. He kept getting pushed over a lot, didn't he? Saka falling on the floor quite a lot. Not falling on the floor, but maybe that was due to him not being. He needed to bulk up a bit, but he certainly has now, and he's not getting pushed off the ball. He's sort of holding his own. So yeah, he had an excellent performance tonight, causing problems. So I give him an 8.
All right, 8 for Saka, and the solitary sub in Martin Odegaard.
Yeah, we had a few. I think we had a few subs come on. Odegaard, yeah, he was involved in the goal. Yeah, looked nice. Looked nice when he came on. I'll give him a 6 for his performance. He was very good. Very good.
Steve,
Yeah.
Odegaard.
Yeah, I agree. You know, he did well when he come on. I give him a 6. Martinelli come on.
Martinelli as well.
Yeah.
Party
popped on.
Yeah. 6 for Odegaard. Martinelli.
Probably the same, but he looked lively when he came on, and he was attacking their right back.
Yeah.
Either going down the line or cutting inside. He saw a lot of the. To be honest, all the subs saw quite a bit of the ball because we were dominating the game. Yeah. All of our subs actually saw quite a bit of the ball. Even Nelson as well, but because he wasn't on that long, I'll go for a 6.
All right, I would put up the score, but for some reason it wants me to refresh the page, and I'm definitely not doing that because I couldn't forget. So, all right. So Martinelli with a 6.
Yeah.
Right, because that's what's in there right now. So he's got a 6, Steve. Martinelli with a 6. By any chance? Sounds good. Reece Nelson.
Yeah.
Reece Nelson. Yeah, same really. Not as threatening as Martinelli, but kept the ball well with playing nice little triangles with him, Ben White when he came on, and Odegaard. But yeah, give him a 6.
And Steve Nelson.
Yeah. I give him a 6 as well. Yeah, I'm generous tonight. I normally give subs 5s, but yeah.
Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey.
Partey played some lovely passes when he came on. Like when he pretends to like play it maybe down the line and he like closes his body and whips it inside. Like a few of them he done when he came on.
His passing range is so important for us as a defensive midfielder because he's not just breaking play.
It's like the unpredictability of his passes as well, isn't it?
Yeah, he's. I watched it the other day, and like I think Steve had said, I think he's the best he's played against Liverpool potentially. But there's like a 5-minute clips, and to get 5-minute clips of every touch a player's that's a lot. That says a lot. Yeah. And there's a 5-minute highlight reel of Thomas Partey in that Liverpool game. Not only is it cutting, like he's boshing around and winning the ball, he is playing these balls through. He's just cutting 2 or 3 players out of the game. And that is so important because a lot of defensive midfielders, their range of passes isn't great. So it's get the ball, pass it to the man next to you, get the ball. If you've got someone there that can just cut out 3 players and 2 players at a time, it's like having a number 8 or a number 10 deeper line in your midfield. It's making such a difference in our team.
I'll tell you what the word is that he puts on his passes. He puts disguise on them.
Yeah, he does.
Doesn't
he whips it round as well. He wraps them in. He wraps them in, which for any strikers or wingers, that's important as well. Because one of the worst things you have is when someone puts a ball and you're making a run and you've got to sort of slow down or drag the ball back. He wraps them in. So you either move on to it or kill it dead. Thomas Partey, Steve.
Yeah, I'll give him a 6. I thought he was very good when he come on. I can only echo already what you two guys have already said. I think those passes that you was just talking there. I mean, when he wasn't playing well, we were sort of, pulling him up on how like his passing was off and he kept putting the ball away and sometimes it was going out of play. Now, I think you said, Kears, that at least he's trying these passes, these difficult passes, and that was a good thing. And I think now what we're seeing now is them passes paying off. They're not going out of play. They're not going to another player. That now they're going. They're excellent passes. They're pinpoint. And I'm sure his whole career he's been able to do that because if you're playing in the Liga, and you're playing for Madrid, you've got to be able to play them passes. So I just think he was going through a period in his career where passes weren't coming off. And I think a little bit that's why we're seeing Lukonga at the moment, because he seems to be playing the same passes as what Partey did when we was having a go at him. He's trying to play those long balls. He's trying to play wide and left.
You don't mind it, though, do you? You don't mind them taking chances.
No, that's what Arsenal fans got to understand. And I mean, even me, like being educated on things like that, you think, yeah, it's not going to someone. It's not going to where you're wanting it, but you're trying it. So maybe Mikel Arteta's telling the Congas to say, look, keep doing it, keep trying. Don't worry about that. They're going off, because eventually this is how we want to play. This is how we want. If Partey's ever out and you coming in, we need you to do the same as this. Yeah. So let's give Sambi a chance. You know, when we see these off balls that, you know, we're seeing Partey just smash at the moment and put in disguise on it.
Yeah.
Give him 6.
All right, 6 for Thomas Partey. All right. That is all we have time for. Oh, Mikel Arteta. Jerome, Mikel Arteta.
Go for an 8 for Mikel. They're always hard, these games, because you're not quite sure maybe what team to pick. But I thought he got a very good performance out of them. You know, sometimes if there's not maybe 60,000 there, that maybe could affect things. But I thought he got them playing very well. And yeah, I'll give him an 8.
All right. Steve, Mikel Arteta.
Yeah, I'll give him an 8. You know, I think he got one over Ruud van Nistelrooy tonight. Yeah. Just like Kieran got over one on him back in the day. So we done him again.
The following season, they didn't they?
Yeah, to be fair, yeah, absolutely quality striker. They're one of the best the Premiership's ever seen. So, but he seems a nice guy actually. But yeah, I think I agree. I'll give him an 8.
All right, 8 for Mikel Arteta. All right, that is all we have time for. Make sure you press that like and subscribe if you are new to the show. Press that share as well if you're feeling generous. The regulars, I know you always press that share, so appreciate the support. Press that like, press that subscribe if you haven't joined already. Thank you for joining us tonight, Steve.
Cheers, mate. Pleasure. Thank you.
And thank you for joining us tonight, Jerome.
Yeah.
Make sure you join us for all the post-match reactions straight after the game. Make sure you join us for the let's call it the Tuesday Club. Why not? The reference to Arsenal.
We're not going to win the title club. That's what
we're not talking about the title club.
We're not talking about the title club.
Yeah. Every Tuesday, 8 o'clock. Make sure you join us. We're there to talk everything Arsenal, anything happening during the week, and also a recap of the games from the weekend and the Europa League. All right. Thanks for anyone who's joined us in there. It's been Johnny tonight. Thank you for joining us, Johnny. Peace out, people. Stay safe and wash your hands.